Sir, may I ask what you're doing at Lacuna Harbor? Don't think I've seen you before. Good evening, sir. I'm Neil Conrad, CDI. CDI? Holy moly, that's unexpected. My name's Harry Truff. I'm with TSW. Can I help you? Could I take a look around the harbor? I'm looking for a boat that could be important for my case. I'm sorry, but TSW only allows club members and registered guests down at the pier. What about law enforcement? Right. If you can tell me the ID of a specific boat you're investigating, I'm allowed to let you in. Uh-oh. I see. Maybe I'll get back to you. Okay, so what does it want me to do? Enter the train. Okay. So am I at the harbor? Well, first off. Okay. I think what I might do... Hold on. What happens if I talk to him again? Oh. Oh, I could maybe try to deal with... Are you okay? Does it look that way? Is there something I can do for you? Nah, just have to tough it out. I'll feel better once it's out of my system. Never eat at Roy's Bistro, I tell you. Roy's a nice guy. I like him. But the food, it's just the worst. Who are you anyway? Never seen you around. Neil Conrad, CDI. I'm sorry to bother you, but I need to ask you something. CDI? If that's about tonight's shift, listen, I felt awful, okay? I didn't mean to leave my post. I wanted to wait for Harry, but at some point I just couldn't hold it anymore. Did TSW call you? Please calm down. It's not about that. I'm here following up a case. Oh, thank fuck. Please don't tell my boss the harbor was unwatched, okay? It's not like there was lots of traffic anyway. I won't. Did you see any boats arrive before you left your post? Only one tonight. That was about 3:40. Do you happen to know its ID? No. I saw the name Berta. The ID is usually written on the stern, but it's super tiny. You have to go down to the pier if you want to see it. Thank you, sir. Get well soon. I wonder if he'll accept the name, because obviously it's there. Excuse me, sir. What does a place in this harbor cost? Do you know a guy called Ed? Ed? You mean Silver Tongue Ed? Of course I do. Lived here for 40 years. We often had a drink together upstairs. Shame he got kicked out when TSW started asking for rent. I met him earlier. He told me he misses his old spot. What would it cost to rent it for him again? What? Are you going to pay it for him? Ha! Didn't think you uppers were good for anything. It's $50 a month, $500 for a year. Yeah, I'll pay for him. Alright, I'll rent a spot for a year then. Done. Looking forward to having the old geezer back. You can tell him he can come back next month. But I'm honestly not sure how long it'll take them to boot him for another reason. TSW is more interested in renting spots to tourists and private yachts. Hello? Neil Conrad here. What? Who is this? Neil Conrad? I'm the CDI agent we spoke earlier. I don't know no CDI agent. You asked me to help you with your old spot at Lacuna Harbor. I arranged it. You're good to come back. You what? Look, if you're making fun of me, I'm not. You can return next month. I paid for a year. I'll send you the contract. Ha! Today seems to be my lucky day. Thank you, sir. You heard that, old lady? We're going back. How about in return you tell me all you know about that guy who stole your friend's boat? Right. I noticed the feller when he started the motor. He cut the rope with a knife like it was butter. And those are big-ass ropes, I tell you, tough as bones. Did you see what the man looked like? I didn't catch a lot of details. He was in a hurry to get away. But when he started speeding away, it fell right off his head. Must have been a hat after all. Could it have been a wig? Yeah, or a wig. Whatever it was, he was bald underneath. Are you sure of that? Yep, his head was polished like a bowling ball. Great, thank you. Anything else you remember? No, look, my eyes aren't what they used to be, and neither is my memory. That's all right. You've been a great help. Have a nice day, Ed. You bet I will. Well, that was helpful. I wonder if I can finally finish. Ongoing. Well, okay. Are you new here? Never seen you before. Yeah, just passing through. A case leads me here. A cop, huh? If you're looking for traffickers, you're in the wrong place. Just honest-to-God sailors here. So you have a boat in this harbor? Of course. It's down at the pier. The Samara. Hey, you mind helping me out with a cigarette? Sure. Sure, here you go. So, thanks for the ciggy. Beautiful weather tonight. You can almost see some stars through the layers. Been sitting outside all night. The view used to be better, though. You see those new apartment blocks they're building? Some company that bought the harbor, TS something, forced me to buy an expensive tracking ID device for my boat. Now they want me to get a new engine. Mine's not regulation, they say. I tell you, they don't want us lowers here. Listen, I'm sympathetic to your... Yeah, I get it. Not your fault. You were busy. I know. Thanks again for the cigarette. Let me know if I can do something for you. Actually, there is something. I'm looking for the ID of a boat that arrived here earlier. Any chance you could help me with that? What do you need that for? It's for a case. The guard won't let me down the pier if I don't tell him the exact ID. The TSW guy? He likes to harp on about all these new rules. If it's for a case, I'm telling you right now, I won't throw any of my friends here under the bus. I'm sure the guy I'm after isn't one of your friends. Do you know the name of the boat you're looking for? Yes, I do. It's called Berta. Never heard of it. Tell you what, I'll go down and have a look at its ID. Okay, thank you very much, sir. So it looks like if I had gotten it right the first time, wouldn't have had to deal with all this. All right, I got your ID. It's 220190. Thanks a lot. Have a nice night. Oh, was I supposed to remember that? Hold on. Booze. No, logs. 220190. I told you I needed a boat ID to let you in. I know the boat. Oh, good. The boat I'm looking for has the ID that... Let's see. Yep. That's... that one's here. All right, come on through. Don't touch any other boats. I am law enforcement. That upsets me. Oh, here we go. Pocket laser cutting device. Its cuts leave a blue residue. It's good to know. An open first aid kit. Some untangled bandages lie on top of the other contents. A sink full of bristly red hair. Looks like our guy shaved his entire beard off. Ooh. Oh wait, is there more? Oh, I see. So... shaved. The bald shaved. Probably not this anymore, maybe. If he bandaged himself. Okay, looks like that's it down there. Okay, I think that's it. Oh. Nope, that's it. All right. Oh, wasn't expecting that. Mr. Conrad, this is Felicia, the bartender from Sakura Hotel. Your colleague gave me your cell info. Listen, I want to thank you for not telling anyone what I did. You're not going to snitch on me later, are you? No, you're good. I don't think you knew what you were doing. I didn't know, I promise. Thank you. Listen, I remembered something that might be helpful. The guest you were after, that Diaz guy. I think he had a bruise on his arm. I saw it when he was on his way to the van. His instrument fell down, he rushed to pick it up, and he suddenly put his hand on his head. I saw a pretty nasty cut between his wrist and elbow. It looked fresh. Thank you for letting me know. Give me a call if you remember anything else. Okay, well. Oh. Oh. All right, go to my office. Well, actually, real quick, I want to see if I can... Yeah, so that's everything I know. Huh. Oh, wait, hold on. See if there's anything interesting. Nope. It'd be helpful if I knew where my office was. Oh. Hey, Neil. Hi, Saito. It's good to see you. This case really has me on edge. Yeah, me too. The chief wanted me to tell you that we invited 2 special guests. They're waiting for you in the conference room upstairs. Who? Why? The CEOs of Millix and Dyson Enterprises. They had dinner with Banny right before he was shot. Millix and Dyson, as in probably the biggest mining companies in the world? Honestly, you probably don't even need to say mining for that to be accurate. Holy shit. Wish someone had told me earlier. I'm not exactly prepared for this. Sorry, I just got word from the chief. That reminds me, he also wants to talk to you after you've questioned them. All right, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I wonder about what. Good morning, gentlemen. I'm Agent Neil Conrad. Good morning, Mr. Conrad. Abbott Dyson, Dyson Enterprises. Morning, Dan Kim, Millix. Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's get right to the point then. I have a busy day ahead of me. Yes, of course. The 2 of you had dinner with Mr. Banny last night, correct? Yes. And you're aware of what happened after he left? We were just told. It's terrible. It's a tragedy. Our upcoming negotiations with Banny were of utmost importance to our relationship with Drovia. Not that you had any real interest in negotiating. What are you implying? I'm not implying anything. I'm saying very clearly that you only stand to gain from this tragedy. With Banny dead, any real hope for Drovian independence goes out the window. Which means we maintain the status quo where you already have all you want. That's preposterous. Was I or was I not at the negotiating table? If everything had been hunky-dory, I would have stayed on Millen. That doesn't change the fact that the only ones who will suffer from this will once again be the Drovian people. Oh, come on. As if you give a damn about the Drovian people. The only aspect of Drovian independence you care about is your prospect of selling Telanium to whoever you want. Okay. You're competitors. This is a difficult situation, I get it. I'm mostly interested in last night. Let me think. Did Banny seem paranoid? What was the dinner? I know that. Did he seem paranoid? Did Mr. Banny seem strange last night? Maybe on edge or paranoid? No, but I'd never met him before, so I wouldn't know what he's normally like. What about you, Mr. Dyson? I knew him quite well. We traveled here from Jovia on the same ship. He behaved normally last night, I would say. I see. Let me think. What was the dinner about? If you don't mind me asking, why were you at dinner with him in the first place? The mining business is an important pillar of the system-wide economy. We talk to politicians sometimes. So it was a lobbying thing? And was it just the three of you? Just the three of us and our staff. I wouldn't say lobbying necessarily, really more of a social event. Of course, you sometimes talk business at those. I imagine you do. So were there important business things to talk about? We mostly saved those for the trade summit, which I suppose will be cut short now without its protagonist. I see. Let me think. Did he have any enemies? Did Mr. Banny have any enemies? Anyone who stands to gain from maintaining the status quo, I suppose. Oh yeah? Or maybe anyone who is happy that all of Jovia will be really riled up over this. There's no real chance they would have gotten their independence from those negotiations anyway. But maybe now they'll revolt and just take it. Ever thought about that? I don't think much about conspiracy theories, no. Nobody concrete? Maybe someone disgruntled or someone who overtly threatened him? No. But to be fair, veiled threats are much more common in politics anyway. Any veiled threats then? None that I'm aware of. Me neither. I see. Alright, thank you for your time. Could you give me your cell contacts? I might need to get back to you in case I have more questions. Why not? Of course, there you go. I'm always suspicious of people that are overly helpful. Talk to the chief, okay. Ooh, some more news. The centrist article, let's see, wealth gap keeps increasing. A new study at the Institute for Planetary Equality has concluded that both the wealth and income gaps between Gar's rich and poor has further increased since a similar study was published 5 years ago. The disparity between upper and lower layer citizens in Gar's center districts is especially striking. In 1834, ground-level inhabitants made on average approximately 20% of an upper's income, which decreased further to a little over 15% last year. The problem is only amplified by an accelerating gentrification process that is making affordable living space increasingly hard to come by in parts of the lower layers. Those who can afford to stay are often there by choice rather than necessity. A mix of artists, surveillance skeptics, academics, and other small groups for whom the lower layers are their preferred living space. This is not to say that life for uppers is always easy. The study has also shown that the increasing disparities in CEO pay to worker pay, 400 to 1, my goodness, average percentage of income that goes to rent, 40%, holy cow, and other metrics affect virtually all parts of society. Things are not going well. Well, my guess is the chief is probably at the top. Oh. Never mind. Oh, here we go. Agent Conrad, good morning. Good morning, Chief. Saito told me you wanted to talk to me. I do. Let's not beat around the bush. Agent Long informed me about your suspicion that a hostile power recently tried to get close to me. Do you have any reliable proof of that? I didn't mean to expose you. I have some testimonies. That point to it. That is, if you were the client after all. I found a girl named Leela, tied up in her apartment. She works for the Lotus Escort Agency. She was going to meet a man named Liam Campbell 2 days ago. And that's why I thought, I'll save you the headache. Yes, I am the client. What makes you think a hostile agent was involved? It seems like the woman who paid you a visit wasn't the real escort. She had a procedure done to look very similar to her. She also seems to be in contact with Banny's murderer. We have recording of their conversation. It seems probable that she tried to take advantage of your connection to the escort agency. I see. Any idea what her objective might be? Did you notice anything suspicious when you met her? Nothing comes to mind. She didn't seem particularly interested in my professional life. Did anything go missing since she visited you? It sounds like you already have a suspicion. Out with it. The fake escort talked about some data she stole. I think from you. Is that what the sniper is going to hand over at Joris Plaza? Exactly. I don't have any relevant data at home, except on my cell, of course. Maybe she got a chance to access your cell without you noticing? I will talk about it with my superiors. I understand. Look, sir, I can't help but notice that you are dissatisfied with my decision to talk to Agent Long about your involvement. I was following the chain of command. I was simply following the chain of command. What should I have done instead? Kept it a secret? You could have called me before talking to Agent Long. Oh, man. It's part of the case now. Part of the case now, anyway. Of course, it will be looked into. I will make sure to assign someone. One more thing, Conrad. You didn't talk to a girl named Sheila Nowak, did you? I did. She wanted to know if you were all right. Might want to give her a call. Is she okay? Yeah, she's fine. Looks like she finally has all the money she needs to go to university. That's good to hear. We have to focus on the sniper now. The handover is taking place in less than 3 hours. Let's get down to the mission briefing. They're waiting for us. How is it talking to those two CEOs? They don't seem to like each other very much. What did you expect? Top mining guy from Jovia and top mining guy from Gara? They're probably mortal enemies. I expected them to be less open about it. You'd think that rich and influential folks would be more reserved? But the truth is, many of them are the most brazen, least classy individuals in the system. Alright, now that we're complete, let's recap what we found out so far. Our suspect goes by Diaz, but his real name seems to be Boyd. He is still at large. He shot Banny around 1:39 this morning from the top floor of Sakura Hotel. Shortly after, he was picked up by an unknown accomplice who dropped him off at the lower layers. That's when he switched to a stolen boat as his second getaway vehicle. He docked it at Matuna Harbor, where his ID was picked up nearby a train station. He then paid a woman called Zora a visit. She seems to be involved in another scheme that might be linked to our case. Earlier this week, she attacked and tied up an escort girl named Lila Clark to temporarily assume her identity. She went to see an important client in her stead and stole some data from him. The sniper convinced her to give him the stick containing that data. He will pass it on to an unknown third party at Joris Plaza at 8:30. Our plan is to intervene and catch the sniper and his associates red-handed. We are going to place plainclothes agents in the cafes and snipers on the rooftops. The operation will be overseen by Agent Kumar, head of the response team. Conrad and I will be watching from the sidelines, ready to go in if needed. Joris Plaza is a popular place with lots of breakfast joints. It will be swarming with people. We have to be very careful not to endanger any civilians. Questions? How will we identify the sniper? Conrad has been collecting data on what he looks like. We have to rely on that. Do we have any details on the woman the sniper visited? Not really. She was supposed to see our perp. It seems like the meeting wasn't part of their original plan. We're not sure if he lied to her to get the stick. If so, it's possible that he's not planning on taking it to the handover at all. Alright then. Conrad, go ahead and submit that sheet on what the sniper looks like. Take your time to go over all the logs and evidence again. We only have one chance to get this right. Yeah, right. So bald, shaved, and he's got his cut arm. I got the sheet from Conrad. forwarding it to Agent Kumar now. Let's get ready.